This is Millennial Talk. Hi, everyone.
We're back.
We're alive and we're breathing and we're terrible at life.
So terrible. If there was like a list of what makes you a good podcast and what makes you a bad podcast, I would say 80% of our qualities fall on the bad podcast list. And I would say that all 80% of those qualities are due to me. Ammo. So I'm gonna apologize.
Don't blame yourself because I've been busy as well.
I know, but I feel like we have to at least have like a 2-minute segment of every single one of our episodes of me saying, I'm super sorry. We haven't talked in 4 weeks and that is 100% my fault.
No, if you don't know and you're just somehow wandered upon this, we are Millennial Talk.
Correct.
We are a show that is not consistent with anything. And
sounds like a millennial.
Exactly. No, this is going to be episode 4 and
we started this back in May. Like I think our first episode went out in May. No, yes. Like end of May. We had an episode out in June. We had an episode out in July. So this is our August episode, just in time.
Hey, we didn't miss August at least.
Hey, that's
we posted a month ago was our last one. And our first one was 2 months ago. And then I think
probably 3 months ago.
3 months ago was our first one. Yeah. I can't find it. Anyways. Yeah.
So I guess since it has been so long.
Yeah.
You
go first.
Yeah.
Yeah, you go first.
I'm Ammo.
Yes, let's introduce ourselves.
Do we have to do that
I feel like we should because I was listening back to some of the episodes and I was like, people who are just listening, we should be more professional. If we get
actual followers.
Yeah, we should be professional. So how about we introduce one another? Like,
cool. What kind of things do we want to include?
Oh God, I don't know.
Like name,
height, sex. No, I'm just kidding. Age, sex, location.
ASL. Sure. Do it.
Yeah. So
name,
yes,
age.
Age. Oh, I don't. I know your age. I do know your age. Yes. 27.
And you're 22.
Yes.
Got it. Okay.
Wow, we suck at being friends.
Yeah, seriously.
No, we could do
age and then
just something fun. What you love about them.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that would be
that'll be
so
fun.
Cute.
This will be fun. Okay, so should I start? Anything I'm about to say, if you're interested, DM Amanda at Amanda JG13
on literally everything.
On anything. If you need to find
Consistent.
At
that's the only thing I'm consistent about.
Amanda. Yeah. The only consistent thing about me is my social media handles. All right, so Amanda is my co-host. Is that the right word?
Partner in crime. We're just
partner in crime. Amanda is super dope, super awesome. She is 22 years old. We met working together and became Insta pals. Really cool things about Amanda, because I don't think I could say just one.
Oh, no. Don't make me blush.
No. Okay, so like one, Amanda is super, super, this is like a sweet one, like super generous, selfless kind of friend. Like will bend over backwards for you, do everything for you, empty her bank account for you kind of friend. At all costs, at all times, under any circumstances, Amanda has your back. So it's kind of like a loyalty and a generosity thing. So they go hand in hand. So that's like a sweet thing about Amanda. A funny, amazing thing about Amanda is like her obsession with dogs. It is like, I think I have baby fever. I see babies and I'm like, like my ovaries begin to pulsate really loudly. You can hear them. Like when I see babies, and Amanda sees puppies and it's like my life, my loves, my everything. Yes. And it's like a very sweet, funny characteristic about her. And I think everybody who knows her knows that. Because it's one of those things about you that everybody knows.
Yeah, it's like if somebody sees me go on Instagram, it's not like you see your normal feed. It's literally just famous dogs on mine. And
like
it's great.
Most people would pull up their Instagram and it'd be like Sam Smith.
Yeah.
I'm talking about myself. Sam Smith, Chance the Rapper. other people, not me, the Kardashians, something like that. Amanda pulls it up and it's like Doug the pug.
He's in Chicago today.
Oh, we should have gone to see him.
I should have, but it was at Claire's though, and I was not going to go to a Claire's.
Oh, but Claire's has the best earrings. Am I too old to be going there? The answer is yes. Say yes so that I stop.
No, because I do it as well. Honestly, I don't buy a lot of earrings. H&M I've been buying my earrings from actually.
I got these ones right here that are on my ears.
Is it the same ones that we have?
Yes, we have the same ones. You're right.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's Amanda.
In a nutshell, that was me.
Not in a nutshell, because there's a lot more, but I think for this intensive purpose, you have a
Oh gosh.
Amanda has a bumper sticker on her car. I was about to say for all intensive purposes.
Oh, yep.
She has a bumper sticker on her car that says for all intensive purposes.
Yes.
Which is punny and funny, and probably one of the reasons why we became friends.
Oh yes.
We both appreciate a very
Shout
good
out
pun.
to the Wormhole coffee shop in Wicker Park that gave me that.
Hashtag not an ad.
Hashtag no, please sponsor us. Please. I love your coffee, and I think I have like 3 other bumper stickers on my car.
We will accept your sponsorship in forms of coffee or more bumper stickers.
Yes.
Actually, probably coffee. We would prefer that, but we'll take what we can get.
So I have Ammo over there. She is 27, newly 27.
Newly 27. Just 1 month in.
Yeah, and how's it feeling?
You know what? I was so nervous about turning 27 when my parents, I think I've told you this before, when I was turning 26, my parents asked me what I wanted for my birthday, and I said anti-aging cream or a time machine. And that was at 26. So I was a little bit nervous about 27, but honestly, it's proved to be the best year of my life thus far. It's only been a month, but I'm loving it. I love being 27.
Oh my God, so amazing. It's so incredible, so inspiring.
I'm so inspired to be you. I can't wait to be 27.
No, yeah. I think, okay, so the one thing I love about Ammo is that I can literally talk to her about anything and everything, and like nothing is off limits and no judgment ever. No
That's
judgment. Fair. Like I can text you about anything. Like also I love that I can just text you when I'm really high and you instantly know, and you're like screenshot and you're like, I'm like, oh God.
Yeah, damn. Sometimes I don't respond to her thoughts because I know that they're so outlandishly high. And I'm just like, LOL.
Yeah. And then
screenshot.
Yeah. The thing to know about Ammo is mac and cheese.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, just mac and cheese. That's it. Just like if you had to picture something when you thought of Ammo, it's just mac and cheese.
Yeah. I mean, one time I was like a little bit drunk. I would say I was drunk and was like very committed to getting a mac and cheese noodle tattooed on my body.
Oh my God, that would be so
cute.
And then
the noodle, I sent it to the tattoo artist. I was in the tattoo parlor. Do people still say parlor?
Shop, parlor. I mean, sometimes, yeah.
I apparently showed my 27 years of age in that
you old.
At the tattoo parlor.
When I was a kid?
Yeah. When I was a kid, we went to the parlor for the tattoos. But I was sitting in there, sent a picture and was like devoted to waiting, but just like got that drunk impatience. It was like, I'm out of here. But the picture I sent him was a macaroni and cheese noodle. It was in color and it had like eyes and a smiley face and arms and legs. Like it was a walking, talking mac and cheese noodle. God. And I wanted to get it next to my beer mug tattoo. So wouldn't that have been something?
That would have been.
But that's it. That's all you need to know about me.
That's all you need to know. That's
I
really
like carbs and dairy together as one meal.
Me too, but my tummy does not. Gluten and dairy. Everything good.
Gets me good.
Yes.
All right.
That was an intro, right? That's what we were doing?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. Well, welcome to this chat.
To this channel.
And thank you if you are listening, for the long wait.
Yeah.
Because I've heard shit from every single one of you. When are you recording next? Listen, I'm busy.
I'm busy.
I'm going through a mental crisis. Like, we need to figure this out. No.
So we're going to talk about some general life updates because it's been a while.
Yes.
It's been a while since we've gotten to talk. Actually, literally
as each other. Like,
yeah, even Amanda
one-on-one.
and I haven't gone to talk. In person, real life, I haven't seen her in weeks, probably about like 3, and even
probably
before
like
that,
a month.
And probably the time before that we actually got to talk was the last time we sat down to do this.
Correct.
So, yeah, tell me where you're at with your life. How is everything? This is my favorite thing in the world. If you had to rate your life on a 1 to 10, where would you put yourself? Like in a genuine evaluation. And let's say you say 6, then what could you be doing to even move it to like a 7? Like what are something that you can pick and be like, this is what I know could get me to a 7? or an 8 or wherever you're at? Or if you're at a 3, how can you get to a 4?
Yeah, I think right now, if 10's being the best, like number 10, like, yeah, fucking love life, right?
Fucking love everything.
Cool. All right. I'm probably at like a good solid 8.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, good
That's
solid
fantastic.
8. Yeah, knowing that, I mean, everybody
Okay.
has their bad moments, bad days, but I've come to a lot of conclusions recently and gotten a lot of closure that I never thought I would get.
I have my hand raised because I have so many questions.
I know.
Okay, so let's preface this. So I have pre-8 questions, and then like how do we get to 9 questions?
Yeah.
But I feel like 8's so solid.
8's
So
pretty
okay,
solid.
so where, like, if we were talking about the last time we talked,
Yeah. I
so like a
probably
month ago,
was-
where were you at? Thank you. That's where I'm
Ooh.
going.
Probably maybe like a solid 5.
Okay. Oh, we've
Like
jumped
halfway
high.
there.
We've
Yeah.
jumped high. Okay, so how did we get from 5 to 8?
Oh, man.
Tell me everything.
I
And I'm
mean-
gonna interrupt you for questions because
Yes.
you know I always.
I
have
mean,
them.
a lot of personal stuff that I probably shouldn't be talking about on this, but mainly, let's just say I've realized I've gotten everybody toxic out of my life, and I realized that I can finally spot the bullshit from far away, and I'm just like not dealing with it. I've also,
Can I get a retweet?
yeah, and also just realizing that I'm allowed to have breaks and allowed to be human, and I can't functionally be like 100% all the time. It's not going to happen. That's not
No
something
way.
that happens on anybody's day.
Right.
Sort of thing. So yeah, sort of like taking perfectionism and like that whole thought process and being like, you can calm down and it's okay. And also going back and looking, this is something that really important that I've been working on, and that like the whole mindset just like really changes your whole thought process. And I'm like, wow, that actually helps a lot. But it's
Yeah.
only something so small. Is like when at the end of the day, when I'm like, oh, what did I used to be like, oh, look at all the stuff I didn't accomplish. Look at all the stuff I fucking accomplished.
Wait. I just read an article about this. We're going to talk about this. We don't need to talk about it right now, but
Yeah.
let's fast forward. I get
Yeah.
this shine text every day.
Yeah.
And it was all about how like we are a-holes to ourselves.
Oh yeah.
Because we make these like to-do lists and we live off our to-do lists, and we always overestimate what we can
Yeah.
actually accomplish. So then by the end of the day, we like, it's like 80% of people do not finish their to-do list. Like we put too much on there.
Yeah.
And then we sit at the end of the day and we worry about what we didn't do.
Mhm.
We're like, we have,
Yeah.
items 11 through 17 that we didn't get to.
Mhm.
When in reality, we should be more focused about like, what are tangible things that I can get from the day, even if I'm not hitting 1 through 17.
Exactly.
But like, I gained a sense of this, or I did a sense of that. And if we focus more on that, we'd be happier, healthier people.
Correct.
But carry on.
But yeah, I think all that combined, and then also just some changes with work, which have been a lot more than I thought would have related to what I thought was going on and stuff. And just given, just self-love, self-care. And then I also leave for vacation
Yeah.
on Monday. So I'm really looking forward to that. So the thing that I could make.
And you're doing a solo trip.
Correct.
We've effing talked about
Yes,
this the last
yes.
time. Yes.
I bought ticket. The only thing that I have like other than like my reservations for my hotels and everything is just like I have tickets to a drag show one night.
Heck yeah.
So that's like the only thing I have planned.
Cool.
Yeah. So I'm pumped. But if we were gonna say like how I could make it better,
Yeah. How can we go from 8 to 9?
stressed out, school starting back up. That's kind of like my whole like. Also I have to like finish packing like last minute things. So that's a lot of that's always makes me anxious.
Yeah.
But that, and then like right when I come back, I start school. So I'm like, I don't want to start school.
So this is really your last like couple days of freedom, and then you kind of go
Yeah.
into full, like you're in
Not full
overdrive.
mode. Yeah. So
Well, first off, like heck yeah to being at an 8.
yeah.
Heck yeah to like
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
Heck yeah to how we got to an 8.
Yeah.
And
it
I
was
feel
a
like
lot
we're
of
in a
work.
good spot to
Yeah.
get to a 9.
Yeah, for sure.
Side-
We're back. We're back.
We're back. We just got onto a
I just
little-
edited out a whole conversation.
You
and
don't
you
even
guys won't even
know.
know about it.
You don't even know.
Because it's magic, Oh, this is gonna be copyrighted. Never mind.
It's
No.
gonna be in there. I want to preface this too that like all kudos, all credit, all everything
Oh,
needs to
gosh.
go to Amanda. I know I do this every time, but truly, because I show up, I drink alcohol, and I talk
Yeah.
for a couple
And
hours.
you're like, see you later.
And then I'm like, bye, enjoy editing,
Yeah.
So I just come to talk, and you do everything from A to Z.
Everything else.
You tighten my microphone most times,
I
'cause
do,
I'm like, what
yeah,
happened?
you're right.
I broke it. I don't know what to do.
No, it's
Like
fine.
I'm a helpless moron, which I'm not, but I'm just like, I'm gonna break it over
Yeah.
nice shit. But just back to that. So where were we at? Work. Okay, so
work. A lot of changes
how
with
you
work.
can get to a
Yeah.
9.
Just the environment has changed a lot, and it's great in a good way.
All positive
yeah.
changes.
Yeah, and like just like taking a step back and looking at like everything that I've accomplished. And
Heck
it's like,
yeah.
because I felt like I was at a spot where I was like not doing anything, and I was like looking back, I'm like, wow. And I have some new and exciting things that I want to look into in the future, that I have some possibilities with, that I've gotten some good recommendations and sort of things to do, so that I'm looking into. So yeah,
That makes me happy.
yes, I'm very excited with life.
That makes me super fucking happy.
And I also, a big thing, like a friend came back into my life that we stopped talking for stupid reasons, and that was miscommunication between both of us over somebody else that should have not happened. So that's also great too. I mean,
feel
a
like
friend
with
come back.
Closure from toxic people, and then having like a reopening to what
Correct.
was good.
Yeah.
The coupling of that feels really nice.
It's great.
I hear that.
So I'm loving it.
Loving life.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
That makes me thrilled for you.
Thank you. How about you?
Honestly, this past week has been rough. You know what? Let's talk about the complexities of who I am as a human being.
Let's do it.
Because
Let's do it.
so even this week, even despite the fact that this week has been pretty rough, not even pretty rough. Like I'll get there. I'm dramatic. I'm not about this. Meh. That was me at me, because I'm annoyed with myself. Me adding myself. My life is a 10. Nice. Like truly,
Shit, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. I don't think, like, I mean, I'm sure it can get better. I'm sure there are ways for things to get better, but only getting better from really great. So everything is good. There have been a lot of changes. So, since the last time we talked, I was probably at like an 8.
All right.
But in a good way. Like, okay. I was like, I am the best I can definitely be right now.
Yeah.
Like, I'm at a 10, with a lot of changes. So there's been a lot of work, but all ending up being positive changes. This past week has been kind of complicated, and we're going to eventually talk about this on this podcast, but I'm like super into Myers-Briggs.
Okay.
And like mainly because I always thought that I was like a total crazy Looney Tune, and then when I took my Myers-Briggs and read more about my personality type, I was like, oh, I understand myself as like, I'm not crazy. This is just how I am. And if I can understand it better, I can process my emotions, my thoughts, everything better. And I've been addicted ever since. It's been many years, probably about 6, and
That's
addicted.
another thing you should know about her.
Yeah, I'm obsessed with my Myers-Briggs. I read articles on it. I am obsessed. And so a thing about my personality type, I'm an ENFP for anybody out there. We're kind of like pretty zany. Like, we're kind of weird people, and we're very outgoing and bubbly. Normally, like, we're kind of the centers of attention, and because we want to be, not because like people make us, like we just want to be.
Yeah.
But we have like this very darker, deeper intellectual side, and we prefer that. And it's quite funny because we get angry when people only think of us as like bubbly, happy people. Like, we're like, oh, people don't notice us for our deeper introspective sides. Yeah. But then when it actually comes down to talking specifically about ourselves and those deeper, darker feelings, we don't want to do it. Yep. So it's like, you don't get to be, I'm talking to myself. This is me adding myself. Again. You don't get to be upset that people aren't seeing that darker introspective side of you when you aren't willing to share it, you know?
Yeah, so exactly.
I've been like feeling a lot of feelings about like kind of like stressful feelings, but not overwhelming, because again, I'm at a 10. Yeah. But just some like residual things that were coming up, and I feel like I was addressing them, but then not. And then by like Wednesday of this week, I kind of was feeling like this very internal turmoil, and I like got home from work and was like, I'm like kind of sad, and I don't know why. Like, it's just today, and I was like, what's making me feel this way? And there was kind of all those little things that I had been like sort of touching, and then all of a sudden it was all there. Yeah, like all of those feelings popped up, and I was like feeling angry that I wasn't getting like that. Not getting angry. Angry is not the right word. I was not getting angry, but I was like bothered that I wasn't getting like the care that I needed from the people around me. Like, but I wasn't communicating whatsoever that I needed care. Like every other part of me was displaying that I was bubbly and fine and happy. Yeah. And then I was like internally like, well, where's the like attention and affection that I'm looking for? Which is totally my own fault. You know, like I did this to myself. Yeah. So then I was upset, and then I was like, the only person you should be upset at is yourself, you moron. Yeah. So it was just like a weird week with a lot of residual like little stressors that kind of piled on at once. And then I, of course, made it worse by not communicating my needs well enough, which normally I do. Like I'm a super communicator.
Yeah, you are.
So I don't know what happened this week, but all
it's good.
My life is at a 10.
That's amazing.
There's a lot of adjusting, which has caused me to be like, my brain is about to burst, but
yeah, I feel
happy feelings, happy everything. I'm like out of bachelorette party season,
Yay.
which is like, thank God.
Yeah.
That was going on for the past 2 months, but now I enter wedding season.
Oh, yes.
So the weddings begin next weekend.
Oh, gosh.
So there's like 2 in a row, 2 weekends off, 1 wedding, 2 weekends off, 3 weddings in a row. So there's not a lot of time.
Yeah.
But now that the majority of like the financial aspect is behind me.
Yeah.
The majority of it. There's still some to go.
Yeah.
I'm like just ready to be like celebrating love. So that's where I'm at.
That's
Everybody,
awesome.
I'm at a 10. I'm a stupid ass ENFP who literally did this all to herself this week, but my life is at a 10 and I'm happy.
That's so good.
And I don't think it can get better than right now.
That's
That's
amazing.
where I'm at.
That's great. I'm so happy for you. Oh my God.
you.
Everybody be happy.
Everyone's good because we've had some like
we've had
some deeper episodes of the 3 other ones we've
yes.
had, but we had one where we were both like,
this is gonna be
pretty
the
fucking
we're gonna
emo.
make this the happy episode.
this is the
Are you ready to sing the story
of a
of a girl?
girl. Yeah. And then I was like, how do I turn this into? I couldn't. I want to bring up something because I know Amanda feels passionately about it. Let's talk about Halsey and
Oh my gosh.
G-Eazy
I just went
potentially
online.
being back together.
I just went online and saw that they were potentially back together, and I well, first of all, I think she deserves better personally, but that's just me. But
like they super loved each other.
yeah, they did. And like, if I trust Halsey, but like also if she cheat, I just don't like cheaters.
Okay, so this is what I want to. This is what I feel like we should talk about this.
Yeah.
What is your thought process on that? Because, okay, we talked a little bit about this. Like, these are 2 hot ass celebrities.
Yeah.
Musicians, artists.
Yeah.
And I feel like we see a lot in not just celebrity relationships, but even now in our culture, I feel like there's a lot of cheating.
Yeah.
In so many different ways. So
I don't understand it personally.
I don't either.
I think if you're dedicated to a person, and if you are having like those, you're like really feeling that yourself, like falling out of love or just not, there's something's wrong, communicate with that person.
Absolutely. I agree with that.
Communicate with another person that has nothing to do with it, and then that potentially turns into something else. I just don't understand it.
Absolutely. I agree with that.
It's gonna hurt, it's gonna suck, but I would rather, because there could be something that you could possibly be working on,
right,
that you guys could, that this relationship or whatever is happening with cheating, that, oh, it's this person thinks that it's like simple, like, you know, it could be something so small.
And you could take that back to just any issues in a relationship,
Exactly.
right? Like, even if you were not
Communication is
cheating, but
important.
if there's a problem, communicate it,
Yes.
say it, talk about it, you know, explain it, you know, like explain what's going on, and you can probably work through a lot of things that you feel are unsolvable or unfixable.
Yes.
You can probably get through them if you just collaboratively work on them. But then it digs deeper, because that's the right answer in my head, but then there's some people, like in my head just now, I was like, oh, and collaboratively work on them together. But there are some people that don't want to do that, right? Like they're not communicating because they're like, I don't want to, it's not something that I feel like I want to fix.
But I think you owe it, a relationship
Absolutely.
is a two-way street,
Yeah,
and it's
absolutely.
not, it's the feelings of both people. You need to be sort of like 50-50 on that.
Something I've realized recently too is that I think like so much boils down to like respect and trust.
Yeah.
So like for me currently, there's so much respect with myself and like the person in my life, and also a lot of trust. And it's like, I would just never, one, I would never do something like that.
Yeah.
But 2, if I was feeling something or not feeling something, that's a better, if I was not feeling something, I respect them enough to talk about it.
Exactly.
And bring it up and not want to hurt that person.
No, yeah, exactly.
So,
I agree.
but so that's that. So whether
that's
it's
that.
cheating or another issue.
Yeah.
But what about, so here's a bigger question. What about if, like, for going back to Halsey and G-Eazy, what about when you have cheated and that isn't known in the relationship, it gets brought to the table, where do you think couples can go from there?
That I think is dependent on each situation individually. I think if they're a serial cheater.
Okay, that's
No.
fair. That's super fair. Serial cheaters, no. I think if this is
there's
happening
something
over and over again,
no,
you're not
there's-
satisfied in that
no,
relationship.
No, you're not satisfied with yourself apparently at that point. Yeah,
True.
that's just my opinion. But if it happened once,
What happens if it happens once? So there's two. What if it happens once and it's truly like a random hookup, whether that be kissing somebody
Yeah.
to having sex with somebody,
Yeah,
and there's like regret and remorse and there's honesty and truth in
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
Where do you move from there?
I think it's dependent on the person, the situation, and how. That's a hard one because I feel like with the entire situation itself, it's very dependent on. I guess the only thing I could say is they sure as hell better make it up to me. They better work their ass off to like show that they
Sure.
would never, do it again, or show that they are like truly, truly, truly sorry.
Yeah. I think it's hard. I think I see it from a few different standpoints. I think I have forgiveness, or at least understanding, maybe the better word is compassion,
Yeah.
for the person who cheated, because I think we all make mistakes. Like,
Yeah.
but this is also how I feel sometimes when it comes to like criminals.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, yeah, they did something really awful, but they're still a person, and let's think about how we're treating them.
Yeah.
And blah blah blah.
Yeah.
blah,
No, I
blah.
get it. Yeah.
So, but it's hard because I believe in that. Like, I believe in like compassion and forgiveness. So I'm like, maybe they truly made a one-time absolute
Yeah.
mistake. Maybe there were other factors involved. Shouldn't they be given the opportunity to prove themselves? Not even prove themselves, but like to be better. Like,
Yeah.
shouldn't
No,
we
yeah.
let them be better than they were the day before?
Yeah.
But then the other half of me is like, I don't believe that once a cheater, always a cheater. I don't believe in that because
Yeah.
I do believe people can just make one offhand
Yeah.
mistakes.
Mhm.
But I think that no matter what, there is a lot of maybe once a cheater, not always a cheater,
Yeah.
but there are serious emotional consequences to a relationship once something like that has been done. And that's the problem.
Oh, yes.
I don't think it's, they're always going to be a cheater or this or that. It's like there's a layer of trust that's been taken
Yeah.
away and a layer of respect. And you
Yeah.
feel less like a team and more like we're not on the same page.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly.
So,
yeah. That's
I wonder-
the hard part. Yeah. That would be
In the
what I
case
think
of
it over.
Halsey and G-Eazy,
Yeah.
I wonder where that puts them, because it seems as
Ooh.
though G-Eazy allegedly
Yeah.
was a serial cheater.
Yeah.
It seems as such.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I don't know. All I can say is I hope she's making the right choice.
I know how you feel about that.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's tough.
It's
I
tough.
think,
It
but
is
it's
really
hard because
tough.
when you love somebody, you love somebody.
Yeah,
and you're willing
exactly.
to
Yeah.
work
Overlook
through things.
certain things and try to work through things that.
Yeah.
No, I get it. Yeah.
I don't
for
blame
sure.
Halsey.
No.
I don't. You know what? Beyonce went back to Jay-Z.
True.
And
You
look at
right.
them.
You right. Yeah, that's true.
But
We'll see. I just hope the best for her. So.
same. Let's talk about, I think I'm bringing up Molly Tibbetts,
Yeah. Okay.
but I think that I want this conversation, like it's up to me. It's up to both of us.
Yes.
But I think the conversation leads more to do with, is this a topic or an issue of illegal immigration
Yeah.
in terms of an undocumented immigrant being the person who was her aggressor? Or is this more of an issue that we need to be talking about in general? And you know which way I sway towards. Just generally toxic masculinity. And it doesn't matter whether he was undocumented or an immigrant. This was like a man versus woman crime that we see very often, and due to buzzword toxic masculinity.
True. Let's just put it this way. My feelings about this whole so let me start off by saying I'm very bad with the news recently. I've tried to disconnect a lot from social media.
Mm-hmm.
So I have heard about this, but I haven't gotten to do like intense research on it like I would
Mhm.
like to. But I can honestly say that the media is making it about him being an illegal immigrant
Correct.
rather than the murder itself.
Mm-hmm.
We should be talking about how this man killed a woman.
Mm-hmm. And
Who cares where he came from? He's a killer.
And the nature of the murder has not, like, his status as a citizen or non-citizen has nothing to do with the nature of the murder and
Exactly.
what happened. Nothing to do with. So we should be focusing on more of what's actually happening rather than like the color of his skin and where he comes from.
Exactly.
Which seems to be a repetitive issue in everything, right? Like this also goes down to the whole idea of like Black Lives Matter. They matter because the things that are happening to them are happening because of their color of their skin. Whereas if those same actions were being done by somebody like you or me, we would never face the same issues.
See, and then the thing is that we could also turn this around and be like, so all these headlines that I have by illegal immigrant, she was slain by an illegal immigrant. And then if we go think back to one of the mass shootings in America, the word Caucasian is not used.
Never.
Or
it's
headline.
like it's like troubled teen or troubled man.
Yeah.
It's like no. This homeboy fucking murdered a shit ton of people.
Yeah.
And we are going to use mental illness as an excuse.
Yes.
But would we ever use mental illness as an excuse? Nope. Would there ever be a troubled illegal immigrant?
Nope.
No, because we'd still be focused on the fact that they are an illegal immigrant.
Yeah, exactly.
Because those words would always be in the headline.
Exactly.
But you never worry about, like, if you and I ever got into any trouble, do you think that they're gonna be like a woman in her 20s?
Yeah, exactly.
That's it. There's gonna be no descriptors before us because we're both white women. You know, like, we're not gonna face any of that bullshit. So I think this is definitely a case of, we're focused so much on where he comes from and the color of his skin and, you know, all of that rather than like the nature of this whole entire scenario. And we could talk about toxic masculinity for a very
I could talk about it for a very long time, and
it exists.
I'm sure nobody wants me to talk about it for a very long time.
No, nobody at all. I mean, I think we've touched on it before. Like, even at our work, there are times where we get asked a question as a woman.
Oh yes.
And a male somebody will say, I'm sorry, but like, I need to find or talk to somebody else. They will find the nearest male worker, ask them the same question, get the same answer, and then be satisfied. You know, again, buzzwords, toxic masculinity. It's a problem. It's a
huge problem, and
it's gonna keep trickling.
It just keeps going, and you know, you just don't know where.
It's gonna keep going.
It's gonna keep going, and it is just gonna take every single person that, at least I know that I'm friends with, that points it out.
Yeah,
that's the first step to figuring it out. So we're gonna claim toxic masculinity and the whole race card on that unfortunate, because they're not covering the stories that this unfortunate event, a lady lost her life, and she is not going to have all these experiences in life that she should be granted.
Yep.
And that was stripped away from her. So
100%.
All my love and support and everything goes to her family and her friends and whoever knew her. And
especially to her family right now, because they're focusing on all the wrong things, and there should be a lot of focus on the fact that there was a life lost and like what that life held to so many people. So that's my 2 cents.
Exactly.
There. So I think that Amanda and I have decided that we want to dedicate a portion of each.
Yeah, so we're gonna try something out. Yeah. If you want to explain it, you can.
No, go for it.
Oh, okay. So we were kind of talking one day, and we were like, what can we add to the show? What can we, because sometimes I feel like we just constantly talk about some of the events that happen in the news are just, the story just continues. So it's like we cover the event, but every week there's a new added bonus to it. So it's kind of hard. So we decided to maybe dedicate a part of an episode to each episode to like discussing something that millennials seem to or are obsessed with or enthralled with or love, what they like and what we've seen in this culture, and why, since we're millennials, why we like it or why we dislike it or how we feel about it,
or how we got there,
or yeah.
So this week I think we decided we'll talk about I guess there was it boils down to the nature of our generation's focus on like health and fitness. Like, I think we are like healthier and more fit than ever.
Oh yeah.
And it's super prevalent in everything.
I think I don't know if it's a change in like how, I think it is sort of a change in how it's taught.
Sure.
I think it's taught a lot better. I think, while I hate to say it, that, I mean, I mean, it's a good movie, and it's interesting, that Food Inc. movie.
Oh yeah.
They show it in every single science class now. So like every single person, like at least where I live in the south suburbs of Chicago, everybody that I've gone to school with in college and or high school has seen that movie. Like it is like basically forced for people to see.
Right.
And that if you haven't seen that movie,
I haven't.
Okay, I'll just give you a brief.
And I feel like I'm trying to think of when I was in high school, which would have been an entire different generation.
And I've also seen Super Size Me.
Okay, so I think that was the movie when I was in high school, because we're 5 years apart, which means that I would have been in college before you even got to high school.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So old.
Did you?
I'm old.
I'm gonna literally.
This is about me right now. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
The 22-year-old. The 22-year-old telling me she's old.
This flag I keep seeing out of the corner of my eye moving, and I'm like, what the fuck is that?
There's somebody entering your room.
So I have a Chicago flag over my window I have my windows open because it's absolutely beautiful outside.
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful, and I'm so excited for fall. And this is another thing that we can discuss about millennials are obsessed with fall. We can go into this, and I can explain everything and why I love it. But back to
on why
food.
I love everything. Yes, food. So
Food
Super
Inc.
Size Me was my movie. Food Inc. is more.
I saw
of
Super
current.
Size Me. I saw that movie actually in middle school.
That would make sense.
So I saw that in middle school, and then Food Inc. came out when I was like probably graduating high school, like that last year, and I saw it. And I only saw it because I think we had some kind of weird, I don't know how a teacher got away with it, but she was a super cool teacher. She was a vegan, and like I love her, and I still keep in contact with her. She's great. She showed it in class one day for some reason, which I don't know why we saw it in a literature class, but beyond the point. I saw it there, and then I've seen it in high school, both last year and 2 years ago. So
it's definitely part of our education now.
Yeah.
Like the idea of eating really well, not just like you should be healthy and eat your vegetables,
No, like trying new things, eating different food too. I think we're seeing more of a increase in Mediterranean food.
Yeah.
Like
where do you think this comes? So I'll tell you what I think.
Yeah.
I think that we are in a place in society and culture and how we've evolved, even like technologically, scientifically, we are at a place where we understand foods and what they're made of better. And I think that advancement in understanding has led to it being obviously implemented into education. And then I don't know. I don't really know, because I feel like it's where it comes from. We're definitely educated better.
Yeah.
And it's not just to like eat your veggies every day. It's like let's talk about balanced diets. Let's talk about the lack of gluten. Let's talk about what meats do to you. Let's talk about this.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that.
Yeah. I don't know where it stems from, but
it's not about punishment anymore, because Super Size Me was like, watch what's going to happen when you eat too much.
Yeah.
And when you're whatever. Whereas now it's like, let's show you the positives of what eating healthy does for you.
Yeah.
It's more like you can gain this
Yeah.
rather than this is like a punish bad thing where you're going to go.
Yeah.
So
that's interesting. Yeah. I think
maybe that's a viewpoint on it.
I mean, I think even looking at generations like my generation and seeing people when I'm out, like older generations, we're slimmer.
We definitely are.
We're healthier. And I think like food wise, like the restaurants and the places that are opening up that are close, that are newer for us in society, are more healthier options. I mean,
they're health based.
Yeah, they're health based.
And there's more regulations. Restaurants have to post their calorie output in their meals now.
Like I honestly don't know, like I know some people that go to McDonald's, but I can talk to those people and they'd be like, I would only go to McDonald's when I absolutely have to.
When I have to.
It's
and
more
makes
of like a
sense.
Chipotle, which is like maybe not also the healthiest, but it's definitely way better.
Yeah. We're just finding better options.
Yeah.
It's like faced with a choice now.
Yeah.
We're going to take a slightly healthier option, and we'll take that unhealthy option when we have to.
Yeah, for sure.
I think it's kind of wild because, like, think about it. There are so many kids our age or adults my age, and we're like, there are people paid on Instagram to just be like fitness health coaches.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, and I know that those things existed before. There have always been coaches and trainers and fitness and all that. But here's a better even deeper idea to delve into. Maybe this has always existed on this level. We just see it more based on the technology and social media we have.
That's
now
true.
we're able
That's
to
true.
see all the healthy people in the world and be exposed to it. Even when we're in our homes, we see it all on our phones, on our
Yeah.
computers, everything, because we have access with the internet. And maybe that's part of it too.
I think well, here's another kind of interesting thing. I think different parts of also the country, I know is weird, are different, you know, like you have your states that are obviously the biggest sort of idea, but I'm wondering if, like, because we live closer to a city,
Yeah, absolutely.
but like if we went maybe 2 hours south,
Heck no. It wouldn't be the
it's
same.
gonna be like fried food.
Right. And that's also, they don't have those places around.
Yeah,
They don't have
exactly.
options.
The culture is a lot
Absolutely.
different. Yeah. So I think that has a lot and like that, I mean, itself, like you can see that if you watch any show that goes to different parts. Anthony Bourdain is a great example of
Sure.
different parts of the world. You see the different influences in what they eat.
Absolutely. It's so different.
Oh yeah.
Even, you know, when I lived in Spain, the diet is entirely different.
Yeah.
More people are fit and are healthier. They not only seek better options, but they use more, even in metropolitan areas, they still have a much more focus on walking to places, doing things like,
yeah, exactly.
you don't drive around much.
Yeah.
You focus on getting that physical exercise outdoors. They have different diets that are better. I don't know. It's kind of, it's interesting. And I think a good general stereotype of America that I think is pretty valid is that we're pretty overweight,
Oh yeah.
lazy, unhealthy people.
True. I think
Lazy
that's
when it
changing.
comes to like exercise and eating.
Yeah.
We're very hardworking and put our work as everything on the whole. Like I think most countries believe that we wake up every morning to go to work, and I think that's true. We live to work as Americans, but like we're very not focused in the food and exercise on the whole. Our generation, though, millennials, very different.
Yeah, very different.
Very different.
Yeah, and I think that even has to go back, and I don't know if maybe the whole like fat, well, I mean, no, I guess that really wouldn't make sense, but like the whole, like if we were going into the whole topic of like, yeah, we could eat healthier, but it's going to be more expensive because getting a burger from the dollar menu is a lot less expensive than buying a head of lettuce and some celery sort of thing, which is, I think, a whole nother issue that, oh my God, I could get into. And that's just that should be a whole nother thing that we can cover. But yeah, I think we're seeking out better choices, like, and more restaurants are per se like looking at better choices as well.
Absolutely.
Like trying to pick better things to put on the menu.
Even places like McDonald's and Wendy's are adding a lot more salad options.
Yeah. And I mean, be careful with those salads recently. Sure. The whole fecal crisis thing. Yep. But the fact that they're trying to do something like that, or it's not the fries, it's sweet potato fries instead, which are better and stuff like that. Like it's just a simple little substitute, and it starts to substitute with more. And as a generation, I don't know, we have these fads where we have the gluten-free diet, which is obviously no gluten, or the or we're going vegan, which is not a fad. It's a lifestyle change. Vegan, total vegetarian, then going into this whole keto or the paleo or the whatever else is out there that I don't know of diets. Why? I don't know, but we as a generation, as a society, are looking into this, and it seems to be mostly millennials.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, I mean, I don't know how that started, but like for myself, I know I follow the keto a little bit. I do. I
have friends who are doing keto or have done keto and find it fantastic.
Yeah.
And they feel like it's one of those diets that they can sustain.
Yeah.
Whereas like I've tried Whole30 and it was great. Like I was mentally miserable because I was hungry.
Yeah.
Like mentally hungry.
Yeah.
Like I was like, oh, I just want cheese fries.
Yeah,
you
exactly.
know?
Yeah. I
but
could use some cheese fries.
My body was great. But that Whole30 diet, in my personal opinion, is incredibly unsustainable. And I think most people who have done, even in the book, it kind of says like this isn't meant to be a sustainable life diet, you know, but there are things like keto where people find like this is great for me.
Yeah.
But here's the fact that we're having this conversation, like, have you tried Whole30? Have you done keto? Have you done this? Like, that's part of our culture. We've
Exactly.
changed,
Yeah.
and there's all of these different, not just fads, but lifestyle changes that so many of us are seeking and trying to implement into our lives.
Exactly. Yeah. And I think we're seeing more, like, if you go to the gym, you see mostly people your age too. It's not, there are some older people
For
or whatever.
sure.
Yeah, you get, but I think mostly when I go to my gym, it's mainly maybe 19 to 30-year-olds.
Yeah.
Sort of
I think too, which I have like a very soft spot for old people. Like I have a soft spot. But like I think about, there's probably a lot of old people though that don't want to go to the gym because they feel intimidated by that. You know, like
That's
I
true.
wouldn't want to be 50 and maybe not as in shape as I could be, and maybe have no idea what to do in a gym, and walk into a gym and it just be like 30-year-olds pumping iron, looking jacked, being our culture. I'd feel kind of
intimidated.
I would be nervous
too.
and vulnerable to put myself in that situation.
For sure. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah,
that could play a role too. And unless you're pretty like financially well off, it's not like you can put a gym in your house to take care of it.
For sure.
So that could play a role too, is that maybe there's a stigma into going into that gym.
Why do you think as a generation we're healthier? Is it because we saw our parents' generation?
Yeah. I mean,
or do you think it's because somehow these fads have made us a part of trying to be healthier because we want to? Or is it, I mean, I don't know.
I think it's a culmination.
I think this
of a lot
is
of things.
Something that we could definitely bring in somebody from other generations.
Yeah, we should. We had this idea when we first started.
Yeah.
To bring in people from other generations to talk about the same topics with us. Let's bring somebody in. Maybe the next time we talk.
Next time, yeah.
Whenever. We can even find
somebody like
a month and a half from now.
I wonder if like this is what I was going towards, is like the way that society, like I guess standards for people. Like, did my parents have those body standards so pushed on them through advertisements and stuff in their age, as much as they think it's maybe in my generation as of right now? And I wonder if that has something to do with it. Because you want the perfect body or something like that.
Right. We should talk about that.
I think that would be interesting to get some information and comments about.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Let's put that on the list for the next time.
Yeah, for sure.
Normally, we also do questions. Do we want to do questions?
I don't have any questions. Do you have any questions?
You look up some where you are, and I'm going to look up some. If you didn't have to sleep, what would you do with the extra time?
Oh my God. If I didn't have to sleep, I'd probably play video games or play music more. Honestly.
Yeah, you would.
Like, I would be like, oh, cool.
You totally would.
Yeah.
If I didn't have to sleep, I would read more. Read and write more.
Yeah, same. Also, I would add those onto my list.
I would read and write more. Have we talked about this? I think we have. What fictional place would you most like to go to?
We did. And I just remembered that I changed my answer. I texted you that I wanted to change my answer, and I never talked about that on air. Going back to the first episode when we were talking, because I think I said, I was like, oh, this is a morbid, but I want to be in a post-apocalyptic world. I said that.
And I think I said I wanted to go to Hogwarts.
Yeah. And then I said, oh, a Disney universe would be really cool.
Yes.
But now I'm taking all that back, and I'm going to say Bob's Burgers. That entire fictional land, I want to be in Bob's Burgers land.
Fair. What fictional oh, I just asked that.
You just asked me that.
What job would you be terrible at?
Ooh. Anything revolving around math. No.
I was just going to say I would be awful at being an accountant.
So bad. I would be so bad at that. Or working at like Walmart. I would absolutely hate that. I just know it.
Agreed. I wouldn't be able to do that either.
I just wouldn't. No. Mm-mm.
All right. If you could turn... Oh, I've got two for you.
Oh, gosh.
If you could turn any activity into an Olympic sport, what would you have a good chance at winning a medal for?
My instant response was being gay, but my...
LOL, that's funny.
Thank you. Ooh. What am I like really good at that I... Oh, fuck. I'm not like super, super amazing at anything. I guess it'd be fun to like add... You know what would be really fun to add to the Olympic? Playing solitaire. I think that'd be interesting.
Like in terms of like would you win by finishing quickly?
No, there's I'm pretty sure there's a
I've
strategy
never played a
towards
game of
it.
actual solitaire.
Oh, I always play it. It's like my
I
go-to.
played Spider Solitaire.
Okay, so
That
it's sort
shit's not real though.
no. So with solitaire, you can play like a couple different ways, but I'm pretty sure there's like a logistics to it. Like there's like, because if you pick up a card or you put down a card before you do something else, like that changes your entire game off, I would assume. Like just thinking about it, like if I missed a step, it messes up the entire game probably.
That's so wild to me.
Yeah, that's a lot for my brain right now. Like I don't know if I
Okay,
could.
so but playing solitaire maybe and being gay.
Yes, those are my answers.
I still can't think of an answer for me. I think maybe drinking beer.
Okay, yeah.
Like if beer Olympics was an actual thing, I think I would do well.
Okay.
Not taking shots,
Not taking shots, just drinking beer.
but drinking beer.
Okay. What can I have a good one?
Let me hear it.
What's like your not your favorite restaurant, but your favorite like go-to guilty pleasure chain of either restaurant or fast food location?
Does it have to be a guilty pleasure?
No, you can honestly like it.
Portillo's or Steak and Shake?
Yeah, you shouldn't be mad about those choices. Don't ever say that's a guilty pleasure.
Steak and Shake for sure.
Okay.
God, I feel Steak and Shake.
Okay. For me, any like taco place for sure, obviously. But that's, who probably Smashburger, Culver's.
Ooh, Culver's.
Yeah. Or, like if we're going to do like chain restaurant, Outback Steakhouse.
Oh, that's it. My family does Texas Roadhouse.
They're good too, but I was raised on Outback. It's just,
that's fair.
it's good. Ooh.
I don't really like steak. So whenever I go to places like that, I'm like, can I have the chicken tenders? Like a child.
You're a child.
Yeah. What is the most annoying habit that other people have? I've got an answer for
Chewing
this.
loudly.
Okay. Mine
Instantly
is very specific.
Yeah.
And I don't think many other people have this
Okay.
annoying habit. And I say this, it bothered me a lot where we work. It bothers me a lot everywhere. And this has to do with other languages.
Okay.
I cannot stand when people, native English speakers, speak to people who are not a native English speaker, who hardly speak English or are trying to obviously learn English. When we speak incredibly quick and with slang to them, they're never going to understand. Like, we get super frustrated. We're like, why? They don't get it. Like, I can't communicate with them. It's like, well,
don't use slang because they're probably on basic English words. Yeah.
think about when you were learning a language in high school or college and the type of vocabulary you learned, and don't use anything complex and wild and slangy. Of course they're not going to get it. Like, be sympathetic and understand, like, hey, we both want to understand each other. Let's work on this together. Where we can work on that. When people like talk super fast and then get super angry or use words that are super like pop culture-y, it's like, no.
They're not going to get it, yeah.
You would never know that type of language in French or Spanish or German if you were learning. So don't anticipate that person to know it. And don't be flustered that they don't know it because you don't know their language.
Exactly, yeah.
So when I hear people talking, I'm like, you don't have to speak louder and speak word. All people are always like, let me tell. I'm like, no.
Just speak to them normally, yeah.
Speak normal. Speak at a normal rate.
Yeah.
Enunciate.
Yeah.
And use normal language.
Yeah. For sure.
So that's my biggest pet peeve. And when I hear it, I'm like,
I feel.
So
that makes sense. Yeah. I never really thought about that though.
I think about it all the time. I think about it at least once a day.
I think maybe now that I'm learning another language, like I would actually think about that. But if I didn't, I wouldn't think about that. Like it probably is a common mistake. People don't think about it.
Yeah. I think since I taught English.
Yeah.
It's in my brain because I'm like, of course because I didn't teach these types of words to somebody. Why would they know those out of nowhere? Okay. That was my question.
Okay. So just before we end, because I feel like this is going to be a massive thing that we're going to see in the next couple weeks, and I honestly feel like this is the start of like the downfall. But
I do feel this way based on what I do know.
Yeah. So today, when we're recording, which is August 24th, Trump's financial gatekeeper was granted immunity to testify against Cohen, which they haven't said what he knows, but if he was granted immunity, we all know what that means. So,
some shit is about to
go down. It's about to go down. It's about to crumble, and this is going to be against both, I think, him and somebody told me also with the Suns. It's really hard to start talking about it when you don't really know that much, and like I've tried to keep out of it because this stuff stresses me out so much.
Yeah.
And I just want to say that I feel like today this is the start of a downfall. I mean, if we don't find anything, I'll be very surprised.
Yeah. I feel like recently, although I haven't been able to dig deeper truly just based on my schedule lately.
Same.
Everything I'm seeing is sort of like another truly illegal bad thing is coming to light.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, we can't dispute this. We can't say it's this or that. This is a real hard fact about our president and the current administration.
Oh, yes.
And it's like, it keeps unraveling. And I haven't gotten to really dive in fully,
same.
But it seems as though there's a lot of stuff we can't dispute the things that are being put out there.
And I think it's just going to get bigger and bigger. And I think it's hard to talk about it for me. It's because I don't fully understand the entire thing, and I try. It's just I don't really understand politics that much. I just don't. I know what I believe. I've been
making it a point of my own to read more when I can.
When I can, yeah.
So that I do fully understand, and I can speak about it in a more like.
So I think I'll just say this, and I think this is something that we'll probably be talking about for the next. We'll probably be talking about it for the next couple months. Like, it's going to be an issue. It's going to be a topic, and the more that comes out, the more we'll touch upon. But I think that I can say for myself, I feel like this is the start of a downfall.
I feel the same.
Yeah.
But what that means, what implications that holds, is a whole other conversation.
Yeah. And that prison time would probably be involved. So, I mean, I hope something happens.
Right.
Because this is bullshit. So
my mom just text messaged me. Sorry.
Yeah.
She goes, I want this as my ringtone.
What is it?
It is Ed Sheeran.
Of course. Oh my God. Is that it?
I think that's it. We covered almost everything on our list.
And that we will try to make it a better. I'm starting school, so we'll see how this schedule works.
Amanda's starting school. I'm in full wedding season.
So yeah, we will try to make this a monthly effort. How about that?
That's
a good plan.
Very good goal.
Let's make this a plan of a monthly effort, and we will figure it out like we always do. And that was, I didn't even.
That's our sign off.
That's our sign off. Yeah. So thank you guys for listening, and we're gonna figure this all out. Don't worry, and we'll try to be consistent.
We'll try. We'll figure it out.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Hey, this is Amanda from Millennial Talk. Thank you so much for listening to our podcast. If you enjoyed, share with your friends, your family, neighbors, loved ones, strangers, whoever you want, and definitely check back for future episodes.